I'm Josech. And I'm Seth. And you're tuned into the Free Game Podcast.
What's going on, FGP members? Welcome to episode 13 of the Free Game Podcast. Unlucky number 13. Got to give a round of applause for that one.
Hey, man.
Quick one.
Maybe unlucky, but I mean, shoot. We got PG-13. We got
PG-13. That's about it.
I'm not gonna lie.
Don't let it look Friday the 13th. That's bad news.
Good thing it's a Tuesday.
That's bad news. Great thing it's a Tuesday for sure. But before we get started, obviously you guys seen this last week. We still have them with us today. We have a new sponsor for you guys. Golf is what? Golf is good. Golf is great. All the time for sure. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to Golf Is. As you know, spring is coming back around, so it's about that time to get back outside and work on your swing a little bit. So if you need any new gear, just go to golfiz.com and make sure you guys are using our code FreeGame10 and just getting the best deal that you can, honestly. I mean, Golf Is has some great stuff. They got hats, they got shirts, they got, what are those things called? Club covers, head covers for your club. So, I mean, whatever you need, Golf Is has it for sure.
I mean, shoot, I know I'll be hitting up Golf Is because, I mean, this guy over here, he over here like the mini Tiger Woods, but I never personally played golf before on a real course. So, I'm going to definitely hit up Golf Is.
He's never seen me play golf outside of Top Golf. So
I never seen you play golf.
I don't know how he can say I'm Tiger Woods.
I've been hearing stories between you, JC, Trey, all y'all going to golf together at FOSA.
Last time I going out there
talking some, I hit 80 today, or I hit 76.
That's not great.
Or I hit 76 today. Like,
I don't know when you heard that one.
Bro.
If I said I hit 76, man, I would be going crazy.
What was you and JC hitting down at the beach last summer, bro? On the hard courses.
Man, we had some bad rounds in there, bro.
Man, they was out there for like 4 hours.
I don't want to talk about some of my scores, bro. I really don't. I can't remember the name of that course, but that was probably the hardest golf course I've ever played in Myrtle Beach.
Man, regardless of how you play, it's going to be 10 times better than how I played this summer because I ain't never played on a course before in my life. So,
I don't know.
Golf Is, if you got anything that can help me with my swing or make me get a score close to him, I appreciate it.
For sure. But one last thing on that. JC learned golf in like 3 months to a year. Yeah, he played a lot when he was younger, but like he picked it back up and learned it pretty fast and like actually was pretty good. I'll give him that. Still,
he had a base back in his lifetime to kind of help him out. I'm new to this, man. The only place I've golfed is Top Golf.
Fosa picked it up randomly, and Fosa be having some 300-yard drives every once in a while, bro.
Man, that's the horse, bro. He can smack whatever he wants.
Imagine. Nah, definitely. But some more good stuff going on this week. Obviously, it's a big week for Kentucky basketball. They had a huge loss last week to South Carolina. Shout out BJ Matt for that one.
They got that done, bro.
Definitely got it done.
Obviously, you know, if you heard last week, I said I want BJ to get off, and I hope the Cats win. The Cats did not win. BJ still got his. And I'm also proud of South Carolina.
Definitely proud of that team.
It don't make no sense how they're not ranked in the top 25.
Yeah, that's kind of garbage. The fact that Auburn is ranked and Auburn has no ranked wins and lost to App State, and then South Carolina beat Kentucky, and all their losses are to Power 5 teams.
Didn't Auburn just lose to Bama too?
Yeah, they did.
Imagine.
They did.
South Carolina's ranked 3rd in the SEC in basketball right now, and they are not in the top 25.
They're 17-3 on the year, bro.
Make that make sense. They have a better record than UK and aren't ranked.
Their 3 losses are all to pretty good Power 5 programs too, bro. Like, it's not like they're losing to bad teams. They lost to Alabama,
honestly, bro,
who's number 1 in the SEC.
Yeah.
They lost to Clemson, who at the time was like 12th in the country.
Yeah. And
then they lost to Georgia, who's probably having their best basketball season in a long time. They're sitting at 14-5 right now. So
don't make no sense, man. I need to put some respect on them boys. I mean, they got Tennessee tonight, so
they got Tennessee tonight. Good chance to prove themselves. But speaking of Tennessee tonight, we have a loaded slate on Saturday for college basketball. Obviously, we got Tennessee versus Kentucky. That's going to be a great game. Got number 4 versus number 10 there. Where is that one at? You know
it's in Kentucky.
In Kentucky, okay.
I want to say it's in Kentucky.
If it's in Kentucky,
but I think it's in Kentucky.
If it's in Kentucky, then I like the Cats to pull it out. If it's in Tennessee, I'm rocking with the Volunteers for sure. So wherever that game is, that's what I'm going with. Obviously, I want to see Kentucky win no matter what.
Yeah, it's in Kentucky.
Then Kentucky should pull that one out. Rob's coming back, I believe, for that game.
Yeah,
so
he should be healthy.
Kentucky
He was just sick. So.
Yeah, Kentucky should pull that one out for sure.
We'll see, though. We'll see. Tennessee's a tough team, man. Top 5. It's gonna be interesting, bro.
Nah,
It's gonna be interesting. It's a
It
tough
is.
test for them. Dalton Connect, whatever his name is, that man.
He's cold.
He's tough.
He's cold. He
tough.
transferred in this year. He's tough, bro.
He's cold. I gotta.
He
give
should
it
be
to
a
him.
lottery pick in my opinion. He's good.
I'll give it to him, but I'm always scared of Tennessee in basketball just because the way their defense plays, bro. Like,
They
and
make the game ugly.
With us having the number 1 offense in the country, the way they've been playing the past 2-3 games, don't like the number 1 offense. So
You guys like finesse too, so they can jump the game
Tennessee
up.
plays physical.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
they can jump the game up. They got a real chance for sure. Then you got 2 more great college games over the weekend. You got Houston versus Kansas. I mean,
is that in Kansas or in Houston?
This is in Kansas, and this is the first matchup between the two since they switched to the same conference. So Houston was the big dog last year in the American, came over to the Big 12, where obviously Kansas has ran the Big 12 for like who knows how long, bro.
past
like,
20 years or something.
Since I can remember.
Since I've been born.
Yeah, for sure. Kansas has been running the Big 12, so now you got another challenger to Kansas, and this Houston's first chance to really make a name for themselves in the conference.
Houston is like what 15-2 or something like that right now too.
15-2.
Houston got a
They're
squad.
a good team. They're a good
We'll
team
see how
for
they
sure.
hold up against Kansas though. But that other game on Saturday,
Duke
woo,
UNC?
wee,
That's what you're talking about?
wee.
Yeah, that's going to be a showdown. I'm really impressed with UNC this year, honestly, after starting last year off number 1 and then not making the tournament to come back this season and be number 3 now, almost tournament time coming around the corner. Like,
Yeah.
they've made huge strides this year.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. UNC, I mean, for those of you who don't know, God, my eye, jeez. But for those of you who don't know, I grew up a UNC fan, Chapel Hill, diehard fan. So the way I see UNC's like championship winning teams is usually consistent of 1 or 2 guards who can score at an elite rate, RJ Davis, and they have usually at least 1, typically 2 to 3 bigs that can dominate the paint, get rebounds, stuff like that. Mondo, but
I mean, Harrison Ingram, bro, he's not necessarily a center, but he plays like the 4 in their starting
that's what I'm
lineup.
saying. He kind of reminds me of like Bryce Johnson a little bit too.
Yeah,
so
he's pretty good. Transfer.
UNC, they kind of looking scary. I mean, they got a few things to clean up. I think Mondo could play a little better than what he's been playing so far. But RJ been hooping.
RJ's definitely. I think he should win ACC Player of the Year at this rate.
Probably. He's hooping how like Joe Barry did that year they won. Like
that's a lot. He's hooping. Joe Barry though.
Bro, that year they won? The year they won?
He's hooping, bro. Not on Joel Berry level, though.
But is he averaging like over 20 points a game right now?
He is, man. He is.
Bro. I'm not saying he's as good as Joel Berry, because I'm a big Joel Berry fan.
No, he's definitely hooping.
But Joel Berry, it's close, bro. It's close. Marcus Page is better than a 3.
We'll see what he does come tournament time. I'll say that.
You're right,
he got to deliver in the ACC tournament and the NCAAs. So.
Facts, you're right. Because I don't think that he was in it 2 years ago either, right? I don't think they made it the past. Did they make it?
They went to the Final Four.
They did. They lost the championship to Kansas. You're right. But we'll see how they do this year, man. We'll see.
We'll definitely see how they do. Speaking of basketball, though, the NBA, we talked about a 70-point performance last week, and then Luka, of course, comes out and tops Embiid. Dropped 73 on Trae Young and the Hawks, man. I mean, I don't know what's going on in the NBA, but all these people getting close to Kobe's record. And then the crazy thing is, all that was happening, like, right around the anniversary of Kobe's passing, obviously. So, like, everybody
next month or something like that? Or is
it was last week.
It was last week?
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. It's been, what, 4 years?
Yeah, 4 years.
Dang, man. R.I.P. to Mamba.
R.I.P. to the Mamba, for real, dude. That's crazy. I still remember... I was talking to my dad about this the other day. I still remember exactly where I was when it happened, bro.
I remember where I was too, bro.
Yeah, like...
I'm not gonna lie. It's crazy, bro. I was actually in Madisonville, Kentucky with Chase and his ex-girlfriend.
For real?
Yes. And I woke up, looked at my phone, and I went, bro, Kobe just died? And Chase was like, you're lying. Like, he did not believe me.
My dad didn't believe me, bro. He was like, nah, where are you seeing that at? Like,
literally, bro. He was like, bro, I don't care what you say, but that shit's fake. This shit's fake. I was like, bro, I don't know what to believe at right now, but that wild days in
this
sports.
was when I was hooping at UNC Charlotte. We had practice canceled the next day just because, like,
Dang.
they knew it had that big of an impact on, like, some of us on the team, so.
Nah, yeah, man. I mean, you think about our generation, bro, how many people look up to Kobe or think of Kobe as their GOAT, low-key. I mean, it hurt. It hurt seeing him.
It definitely hurt. But
I wasn't even a hooper.
Honestly. All these people getting close to Kobe's record just makes me think, like, which one of these dudes are going to break the record coming up? So I want to ask you, who in the NBA do you see breaking the 81?
Luka.
Luka's going to do it?
Luka, bro. I mean, you got Devin Booker. Devin Booker dropped 60 the other night on the Pacers and still lost.
Right.
I mean, so you got people like close to it. Obviously, Embiid. I mean, I want to say Trey, maybe Curry, but I don't think Curry's gonna get to that point. You know, I think right now, I think there's really like 2 or 3 guys who could get to that 81 mark. Luka being one.
Right.
Devin Booker possibly being another.
All right.
And the third one, I mean, Embiid just dropped 73.
I was about to say,
I
that's
mean,
my guy. I think Embiid's going to have a few more times where he gets pretty close to that number, bro. Like,
yeah, bro. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I hope Luka just one game, just play selfish, just please, because he be
Just wanna see
dropping
him out there shooting, bro.
He'll be because I mean, even when he dropped, what did he drop 73?
Yeah.
he still had like 9-10 assists, bro. Like,
for sure.
play selfish one game. I promise you, you're gonna break 81. I promise you. Nobody will be mad at you either, bro. If you don't pass the ball and look for your teammates, because obviously they're not helping him that much, anyways. I mean, unless Kyrie's out there, but even then, Kyrie be out there 50% of the time.
Kyrie's been playing this year, man. Kyrie's been available.
Man.
Shout out to Kyrie for being available this year.
More available, I'd say.
More available, whatever you want to call it. I think he's played more games than Luka though, low key.
He might have.
So
he might have.
So
But I mean, yeah, I think there's a few people. I mean, Tatum could possibly do it, but he's never got to that point. He hasn't got close to that yet. So I think he has the skills to. I think he has the skills to get it done, but I don't think he will.
I think Tatum just has too many other options. Like, they have too well-rounded of an offense for like one person to go for 7.
I mean, there are some games where either him or Jalen don't play though. So I mean,
yeah, but even with one of them out, they still got like 4 or 5 other offensive people that would
Derek
be like
White.
top options on any team in the league.
Yeah,
So.
understandable.
They have Drew Holiday as their 4th leading scorer, bro. Like, you know how many teams will love Drew Holiday as option 2?
Man,
Like,
I know the Hornets would. Shoot.
Exactly.
I mean, but no, my answer though is Luka.
Yeah, my answer for that would be Embiid. 2 guys we saw get really close. Speaking of Embiid, he had another matchup with Joker last, maybe 2-3 days
Saturday,
ago.
I want to say.
Yeah, Saturday. And obviously Embiid won the first time and dominated that matchup, but he chose to sit out this time since they had to go to Denver and deal with that altitude. Obviously,
He didn't want to struggle with his breathing up there.
bro, he didn't get rolled out till 15 minutes before the game. Like,
That don't make sense, bro.
That
How do you get ruled out
to
to
me-
healthy and active to out in 15 minutes, bro?
that to me just goes to show, like, I don't know. I think they were kind of ducking the moment because not only did
definitely
Embiid not play, Tyrese Maxey didn't play also. So, I don't know. I think they were kind of like, we beat y'all last time. We're going to take our win and just
That's
move
weird
on.
though, because last night they played the Blazers in Portland and Embiid and Maxey didn't play either. So
I think you gotta you can't sit them out one game and then play them the next game without the NBA being like, all right, that was kind of
that's
suspicious.
how load management has been.
Yeah, no,
for the
but
past-
they've cracked down on load management, so now you kind of be smarter about it because they've been passing out fines, suspensions, different things like that for those
facts.
load management.
I mean, shoot. Speaking of games missed, Embiid can miss 6 more, bro.
Dude, I didn't realize this. A part of the rule for the games that you play in, you have to play at least 20 minutes in those games too. So it's not like
He can just,
play,
start
yeah,
and then
you got to play 20 minutes in the games.
Man, you think Embiid gonna miss more than 6 games between now and the end of the year?
Yeah, I think Embiid's definitely gonna miss it. Just because, I mean, honestly, I don't know. I think his main focus right now is winning the playoffs.
Finals?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I don't think he's too worried about the MVP if it's gonna give him a better chance of being healthy and make a run in the playoffs. Now,
Well,
Halliburton, on the other hand, he's like 5 or 6 games away from missing anything too, and that would mess him up badly, honestly.
Nah, because he just got extended though, didn't he?
Yeah, but his extension is the same way as Melo's. If you make All NBA, I believe in the first 2 or 3 years of that extension, you get a $50 million bonus. So it's a lot of incentive for him to not miss more than 5 more games this year.
Facts. But he's actually been dealing with actual health issues.
He
whereas
has
Embiid,
he has a frail build. So
yeah. Whereas Embiid just be like, I don't really feel like playing tonight. Bruh.
Embiid definitely got some issues. But speaking of 2 All-Star starters this year, Halliburton and Embiid, we're going to go ahead and run through our East and West All-Stars this year. We're going to give you guys our 5 starters for the East and West first. And obviously, the NBA already announced who their starters are. So for the East, the NBA has announced Damian Lillard, Tyrese Halliburton, Jason Tatum, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Joel Embiid as the starters. Obviously, the setup for this is 2 guards and 3 front court members. I'm going to go ahead and say it. For me, I think they got all 3 of the front court members
Agreed.
right.
I was gonna say the front court can stay Tatum, Giannis, and Embiid. They can stay for sure.
They've all had great years. They're obviously 1, 2, and 3 their teams in the East.
Facts.
So.
2 of them are top 5 MVP contenders the past 3, 4, 5 years. So
you can't argue with that starting front court right there. Now the
Facts.
back court is where it got a little dicey for me.
agreed.
You had Tyrese Halliburton and Damian Lillard. I will go ahead and say Tyrese Halliburton, after the great run that they made in the in-season tournament, the hype that he's kind of brought to the Pacers this year, and just how efficiently he's scoring, I think he deserves to start. I think Damian Lillard is the one who should be replaced as a starter.
With who?
I mean, honestly, I don't even know why it's... actually, nah.
I know who I'm going to replace him with.
I think Trae Young is very deserving to be an all-star starter. With that being said, I think there's someone who's more deserving to be an all-star starter, and he plays in New York and goes by the name of Jalen Brunson.
Oh, that's not where I think you're going to go with that.
Got robbed of being an all-star starter this year, bro. Like, he's put New York on the map. They were irrelevant before he got there last year. He put them on the map last year, won them a playoff series, and is now doing the same thing this year, carrying that team, carrying the load, carrying the scoring load, carrying the assist load, like doing everything he needs to do as a little guard and keeping them alive. So I would say
Brunson. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't be mad if Trae Young was a starter.
Right.
I wouldn't be mad if Brunson was a starter.
I think I know where you're going, and I can see this one too.
And honestly, you might be able to. You could call me biased. I really don't care.
Oh wow, no, that's not who I was thinking. Then I thought you were about to say Donovan Mitchell,
bro.
I thought you were about to say Donovan Mitchell.
Nah, bro, I really
forgot about Maxey.
Listen. I understand. I went to UK. Max went to UK. You could be like, oh, it's just biased, bro. Look at what Tyrese Maxey has done this year, being the prime guard in Philly at dealing with the James Harden trade. Because I mean, last year Maxey was like really the third option after Embiid and Harden. And he wasn't really like, he was handling the ball last year, but like James Harden was obviously the primary guard, primary ball handler in Philly. Now that role is gone. Now it's time for Tyrese to step up and be that primary guard in Philly, and he has filled that role to a T. I mean, like Maxey, like he's averaging like almost 26 points per game, shooting like 44 from the field and like 38 from three. I mean, like he's been hooping.
A great year, bro.
He's been hooping. I wouldn't be honest again though. I see Donovan Mitchell up here too. I wouldn't be mad at Donovan Mitchell. It's just, I guess for me personally, which I mean it may sound bad, but part of it has to do with hype too. I mean I haven't heard much about the Cavs this year at all. I mean they're still a 4 or 5 seed.
If they're fourth, it's been strictly him because Mobley missed like 8 weeks with a knee injury, and then Garland missed like 6 weeks with a broken jaw.
Facts. But I mean, I feel like everybody should know that Donovan Mitchell's a dog. I mean,
he is a dog.
He should be an all-star. He should be an all-star for sure, whether he's starting or on the bench. But my pick after your Brunson pick, I start Maxey, bro. Definitely. I like him.
Definitely two good picks right there. So for our starters in the East, both had Tyrese Halliburton. He went with Maxey, I went with Brunson, then we both had Tatum, Giannis, and Embiid. Now out to the West. The West starters were originally Luka, Shea, LeBron, of course, like LeBron. Yeah. I think he has the most All-Stars in NBA history.
He just broke it, with 20. 21?
LeBron, 20. I think it's 20. Yeah. 20, yeah. LeBron, KD, and Jokic. So, I mean, this one, I think is a little bit more decisive to me than the East. I mean, honestly, you can't argue with Jokic, so I think he's on there for sure. No?
No, you're saying you can't argue. You can't argue with him.
I thought this man was about to say no Jokic.
Relax,
I was like, bro, go ahead. You got 20 minutes to explain, bro.
Relax.
So you got Jokic on there for sure. I mean, I don't know how you can argue with KD either. He's been carrying them. He's one of the top. What? He's top 5.
Carrying. But he's
top 5 in scoring this year.
Yeah,
and he's shooting 45% from 3.
Yeah, he's been hooping. Carrying. I don't know about carrying, but he's been hooping.
Yeah, he's been the most available, so that's why I said carry.
Okay.
At the age that he is, he's carrying the 2 younger guys by being more available.
I mean, he's played 2 more games than Devin Booker, but
still, he's way older, bro. Like, if I'm that much older, I shouldn't be playing more games than anybody. I'm the one that needs the rest, man.
Nah, you're right.
So you got KD, then obviously LeBron. I don't know. I mean, it's LeBron. It's the NBA.
And what he's doing at his age, he has to start.
I don't even really know what other front court members there are out west that I would consider putting over these dudes.
I mean,
like
maybe Kawhi, but like not really. Yeah. Not as a starter, I guess.
Potentially Kawhi. Obviously, Cat is on the best team in the league, but his numbers, they're nowhere near as these guys' numbers.
Agreed. I mean, De'Aaron Fox is having a good year too, but I want to put him over Shea or Luka.
Yeah. Shea or Luka, they got it.
Yeah.
There's not much to argue here. I mean, I guess you could argue Ant maybe should start since they're the number one team in the West.
But then again,
Luka and Shea
or Luka,
they haven't put up numbers. Curry has had a great run. I think he started for like the last 7 years or something like that.
I might be mad that Curry's not starting because Shea and Luka got it, bro.
Yeah,
they got
I completely agree. I think they got the West starters.
Agreed.
Perfect. So Luka, Shea, LeBron, KD, and Jokic is what we got for the West starters.
Now what about them? The reserves.
So the East reserves. I'm gonna let you go first. So you need 2 guards, 3 front court members, and then 2 could be guards or front court.
So with my opinion, Maxi's starting over Dame and keeping the other 4. My 2 guards is going to be Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
And you know what? It's hard to keep Dame out of the All-Star, but like I kind of like Brunson, bro.
Bro, Brunson is shooting 43% from 3, bro. Like, he's hooping, bro.
Like, he's hooping. Taking nothing away from Dame. Dame has had a great career, and he's playing good this year, too.
Dame has the same numbers as Terry, bro. Like, we looked at that.
We did. But they aren't bad numbers.
They're not bad.
They're not bad at all. But
it's just some dudes hooping more than him, though.
Yeah, agreed. And he's shooting 34% from 3 this year, which is not Dame. So,
definitely not Dame.
I'm going to take, like I said, Mitchell and Brunson as my 2 guards.
Right.
And then
now the front
after
court.
That,
this is where it gets interesting, bro, because you got a lot of good players out here to really consider in this position.
It's gonna be tough. You know what? I'm gonna bring Paolo off the front court.
They started the year off strong, bro, and they fell off like no other.
They did fall off, but he's still been getting his. I don't know what's happened to the rest of the team.
Okay.
But
so
I mean, Paolo's still been hooping.
P5 for sure.
After that, bro, I mean,
you got Porzingis, who's one of your guys. You still got
I wouldn't consider him an all-star.
Yeah, okay. I can see that. You still got Julius Randle, who's having a pretty solid year.
Yeah, he's having a solid year.
Bam. Obviously, always
I'm looking
at the center.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. This might be slept on, but he has been in the all-star the past couple years. But Pascal.
Yeah, no, Pascal's a good option for sure.
Or
if
even. What you gonna say?
If you're not opposed to a team that hasn't been winning that much, but is still
has a
really good player, Scotty Barnes.
That's not where I thought you were gonna go. I thought you were gonna go Macau.
Nah, Scotty's had a really good year.
I'm not mad at Scotty. So I took Paolo. I'm gonna go ahead and take Pascal. Honestly, bro, since he's technically a small forward, go ahead and give me Macau Bridges.
Macau Bridges. Interesting.
After that. Give me Trey as one of the other extra 2. What?
Nothing, bro.
You don't like Trey?
I do. It's just some people that haven't been named yet.
Agreed.
There's only 1 spot left, so I'm just waiting to see who it is.
It's 3 reserves? Or no?
You got 1 more spot
2
left.
guards. Wait, no. I thought it was 2 guards on the bench, 3 others.
3 forwards.
Yes.
You named Paulo, Pascal, and Bridges. And you just named Trey as your player, and you got 1 more player.
Oh, yeah. Dang.
See, bro? It's not easy. It's not easy to come up with this.
As my last player, oh my gosh.
It's not easy for sure. I mean, because you still got...
DeMar DeRozan's still up there.
DeMar. Still got Jaylen Brown. Still got Jaylen Brown. Obviously, you got...
Cade.
They suck,
but
bro.
They
can't have nobody in the All-Star game.
I mean,
bro. They can't. I'm sorry.
Honestly,
the Heat have nobody right now, according to you. So that's.
I wouldn't say nobody, but I wouldn't put Jimmy in there right now.
I mean, nah, but
or Bam.
Tyler Hero and Bam have been putting up better numbers than Jimmy this year. So
fair enough. I'm not gonna lie, I'm stuck, but I'm gonna probably have to roll with. Give me Jaylen Brown. Give me Jaylen Brown. That's one of the best.
You can't leave Jaylen.
That's one of the best.
I was waiting.
Two-way. That's one of the best 2-way players in the league. So I mean, regardless of whether I think he's dispensable or not for the Celtics, he's still one of the best 2-way players in the league. So
that's a good.
Give me Jaylen Brown. Who you got though, man? Since my list was off.
I think your list was pretty good, honestly. I agree with Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
Obviously, I had Maxey coming off the bench, so I'm going to put Maxey in there. So that's 2.
There's your 2 guards.
Differ a little bit. I definitely agree with Pascal Siakam.
Okay.
He should be in there. Jaylen Brown should be in there.
Need one more. Or Jaylen Brown, is he considered a guard? Like, is he an extra?
He's an extra for me.
So, yeah,
so I have 2 front courts
And an extra
and a
left.
random
Yeah.
left.
Mm.
Dude,
Mm.
I know everybody wants to hear Trae Young should be in there, man. Trae Young has had a great year, done everything he can to contribute to the Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
But bro, I just can't put him in there, and they're sitting in 11th place behind the Nets. Like, bro, you're behind the Nets.
I mean, it's not his fault, but
It's not, bro. But like, you're supposed to be having that great of a year. Your team wouldn't be bottom 5 in the East.
I mean, I guess. But all right, so who would you put over him then?
I'm gonna put Dame. I'm gonna put Dame as a player.
Okay, I'm not mad at it.
I think Dame deserves that All-Star. And
I'm
then
not mad at it.
my last 2 spots, I need 2 front court members. This is where I don't know.
Yeah,
This is
it
where
gets
I
enticing, don't it?
do not know. Just because, I mean,
A lot of the players are in the West too, bro. Like this, West is gonna be harder for me.
you think?
Low key. As far as the reserves,
We'll see. The West is definitely going to be difficult. I think for my first spot, I have to give it to Julius Randle again, dude. He's been hooping.
okay, I'm not mad at it. I was looking at him too, but you know, I'm not mad at it.
I'm going to go Julius Randle off the bench as a forward. And then, honestly, where Paolo has that team this year, I agree with that one too. I think Paolo deserves to make the All-Star game this year.
Solid. I'm not mad at it.
You know, 2 great lists. So for you, you had Maxey starting with... Who else did you have starting, bro?
I kept
Maxey and Halliburton.
Halliburton, yeah.
Maxey, Halliburton, Tatum, Giannis, and Embiid. Then off the bench, you had Donovan Mitchell,
Yep.
Jalen Brunson,
Yep.
Paolo, Pascal, Mikal Bridges, Trae Young, and Jalen Brown.
Yeah. I like that list.
For me, the only thing I switched up in the starters was I had Brunson instead of Maxey. Then obviously off the bench, I had Donovan Mitchell, Tyrese Maxey, Paolo, Pascal, Julius Randle, Dame, and Jalen Brown. So, I mean, the East, they got a good team this year, bro. I mean, obviously it was difficult to leave some of those names.
Solid team.
Yeah, no, it was difficult to leave some of those names off the list for
Very
sure.
difficult, but I mean,
Now,
it is how it is sometimes. That's how it be, man. Everybody can make the All-Star.
Nah, definitely agree.
The
with
West,
you. Now for the West, what you said is more difficult.
extremely. I mean, we both already said we keep the starters.
Yep.
So after that, Devin Booker's come off the bench, 100%.
Right.
Um,
I mean, I think it's another obvious one.
him and Curry are my 2 guards off the
Okay.
bench.
And it's still another obvious guard that has to make it.
Yeah.
I mean, the number 1 team in the West has no All-Stars right now. Like,
Imagine.
they have to have somebody.
Imagine.
They have to have somebody, bro.
Imagine. I mean,
They just have to, bro.
would you put De'Aaron in over Ant?
No. I wouldn't put De'Aaron over Ant. And it's leading the number 1 team in the West, bro.
You're right. But anyway, so I got Devin Booker, Curry as my 2 guards. After that, I'm gonna put Cat in as one of the front court members.
I was looking at Cat. I don't know if I can put Cat in.
You hate him, bro. Didn't he just drop 66 the other night?
And they lost. So, I mean, like, just look at his numbers, bro. He's averaging, like, 23 and 7 or something like that. Like,
Okay. What? That's bad? He
That's not
supposed to average
bad,
30,
but,
bro?
like, I would put a lot of people in over him, but I'll get to my list.
Anyways, after that, LeBron's already starting.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. It's hard to find bigs and forwards out in the West.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you
I mean, you named
put
one.
Kawhi.
You could put Kawhi. You have to put Kawhi.
Yeah, I'll put Kawhi in
This
there.
man said you could put Kawhi. You're not going to put Kawhi on that list?
I'm gonna put Kawhi in there. We'll put Kawhi in there. Honestly, this might be a surprise, but I'm pretty sure, to my knowledge at least, he made the All-Star last year
Who's this?
and maybe the year before. But just for the fact of having front court players, I'm gonna go with Lauri Markkanen.
He did make All-Star last year. I think it was because of injuries, but he did make it last year. And it was also in Utah, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna
They
take.
wanted to.
I'm gonna take Lauri.
Okay. You got two miscellaneous.
I would want to take
I'll name
Zion.
some players for you.
I would want to take Zion, but I don't know.
Yeah. You still got Zion on the table. You
Yeah.
still got Kyrie on the table.
Yeah.
You still got De'Aaron Fox on the table. You still got Paul George on the table.
I know who I'm going with.
You got
I know
Jamal
who-
Murray on the
I know who
table.
I'm going with.
He missed the whole month.
I know who I'm going with.
Who we got?
So I had Call me crazy. Don't really care.
Victor
but he deserves Victor Wembanyama. Give me Victor, bro. That's the epitome of an all-star player, bro. I don't care if he's not averaging as much as the #1 center or power forward in the league. Bro,
all-star player.
When you think of an all-star, right, it's a showcase of the best players in the league. Some of the guys who are best in their position. Mm-hmm. If you want to sit here and tell me that Victor hasn't been hooping like one of the best players in his position at the league,
he has.
You're off crack.
He
so,
has.
I mean, there are probably
Victor.
some people you could put in over Victor, but as far as what the fans want to see,
Putting Victor in over AD?
Yeah.
Okay.
AD might be having a better year statistically, but he's playing with LeBron, and he has a way better group around him than Victor does.
I guess you could argue since Victor has no one around him, his numbers should be better.
I mean, he's also a rookie.
He is a
First year in the league, hooping, averaging 20+. And then with that last spot,
the only thing for Victor, bro, he's shooting 29% from three. So, like, he's just pulling threes, bro. Like,
yeah, but like he's on the worst team in the West. So I mean,
he is.
You can't just let him rock.
He's on a bad team.
Just let him rock. And last but not least, this is tough for me because I could go a few directions here. I could go De'Aaron Fox. I could go Anthony Edwards.
Oh my gosh, I just realized you had him. You put Cat on there, but not Ant.
I'm gonna put Ant on there as my last pick.
You have to.
Bro. I'm gonna put Ant on there.
You would put Cat on there and not Ant, bro. Oh my gosh, you might have been done with NBA tapes,
Cat
bro.
just dropped 66, bro.
They lost.
Okay, they lost. I understand they
bro,
lost.
who has been winning them
still
games?
dropped 66, bro.
Bro,
is Cat one of the best bigs in the league?
Is that impressive?
Is he one of the best bigs in the league?
He's probably like 4th or 5th.
Okay, so he should be an all-star. If he's a 4th
or 5th best center in the league.
Okay.
Not front court. Front court, he's probably not even top 15.
My God. 4th or 5th best center. Okay, behind Jokic, Embiid.
And I would take Bam over him, bro.
You would take Bam over Cat?
Yeah, I would take Bam over
Cat. Man.
I would take Victor over Cat. I would take Chet over Cat.
Cat be over there in practice, step back three in Rudy's mouth.
At the end of the
chronic
day, though,
eyes.
Ant, like, what does Ant not do better than Cat? To where Cat should deserve to be on there more than Ant.
I was just saying, I mean, as far as when you compare the guards in the West to the front court in the West, I just named Ant because the guards in the West, I feel like there are more guards in the West I feel like better than Ant than there are front court players in the West better than Cat.
You put him over Anthony Davis, bro. I don't think that's really.
Bro, weren't you just one that's saying that Anthony Davis wasn't the top 5 center like a month ago?
Yeah, but he's better than Cat. He's better than Cat.
This year?
Yeah, he's better than Cat.
So you can have the #1 team in the West and not be.
Yeah, but they're #1 because of the production that Anthony Edwards is giving them, bro.
It's all about Ant. It's just Ant.
Ant's been carrying
them, bro.
But Ant has been carrying them a pretty well now. Like, Cat's been there for years, bro, and they haven't been able to do anything.
Why is that? Please, explain.
Because he can't carry them. He needed a lot more help.
You need help in general. Ant needs help.
Bro, he had Jimmy Butler. Cat had Jimmy Butler and still couldn't give enough. They couldn't give enough. Because Cat couldn't give enough.
No, they had beef.
Because Cat couldn't do enough.
It wasn't because Cat couldn't do enough.
He got beat by a bunch of bench players, bro, because he couldn't do enough.
Man, I'm not hearing it, bro.
He couldn't do enough. Bro.
I'm not hearing it. Nobody can do anything on their own, man. Jordan couldn't do it by himself, which is why he had Pippen.
His own, bro.
Kobe couldn't do it by himself.
He had Jimmy Butler, bro.
Man, they had beef. It's just like
why did they have beef though?
But I don't know why they had beef, bro. But they had beef.
Can I inform you why they had beef?
Why they had beef, man?
Because Jimmy Butler said Karl-Anthony Towns didn't give enough effort and try as hard as he actually could have to what his skill level was.
So is that Cat's skill or is that Cat's effort? Like you saying,
he doesn't really care about basketball as much.
Maybe not his rookie year when Jimmy was in Minnesota.
Rookie year, bro.
It was within his first 3 years in the league, though, for sure.
Year 4. Cat's been in the league for like 10, 11 years now. He got drafted in 2014.
11 years.
Bro, this is like Cat's 10th, maybe 11th year in the NBA.
Bro. 10, 11 years?
Yeah. Bro, he's been in the NBA a long time, man. Let's see. Cat.
I don't know about 11 years.
All right, this is year 9.
Okay.
Year 9.
But when he played with Jimmy? If this is year 9, when he played with Jimmy? Because Jimmy been in Miami since what? 2019, 2018.
He played with Jimmy in 2017, 18, and 18, 19. 2 years where he was All-Stars.
Cat was All-Star or Jimmy?
Cat was All-Star.
So Cat was All-Stars both those years, but it's his fault.
Bro, he could always take it to another level.
I'm not hearing that.
He could take it to another level.
So Cat should have been. So if he's an All-Star in those 2 years, but he wasn't getting enough effort. If he was giving effort like Jimmy wanted him to, he should have been an MVP.
Bro, Cat could easily be
or no?
From Cat's skill level, he could be as talented or as good as Jokic and Embiid.
It's
his skill level. If he gave the same effort, no, he's not. If he gave the same effort, he would be putting out similar numbers to them, but he doesn't.
I just don't understand how a player could drop 66 and not be given effort. But I mean,
what do you mean? The Hornets, the team he dropped 66 on was the Charlotte Hornets. They didn't have Mark Williams, who's their starting center. They didn't have Nick Richards, who's their backup center. They don't have any other centers on the roster outside of 6'9" Nathan Mensah that came up from the G League. So what do you expect, bro? Like, who did you want to guard him then?
I mean, I'm not saying
who on that team should be able to guard Cat?
Team effort, man. Play zone for all I care.
Zone is not doing nothing. He's one of the best shooting big men ever.
Well, looks like you have a problem at your hands, then, man.
Exactly. He dropped 66 and lost, bro. Like he had 4 points in the fourth because he's not dominant, bro. Like he doesn't have a dominant mindset. That's the exact reason.
Everybody don't have that mindset, I guess.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. He don't got the switch, man.
Okay, then why didn't Jimmy win the finals either time he went?
At least he's getting there, bro. He was the underdog in both finals, was he not?
Did he win?
He was the underdog in both finals.
Did he win?
No, but he was the underdog in both finals.
That's all I want to know.
He took the 8 seed to the finals.
Do you think Cat would have played better in the finals than Bam?
Huh?
Do you think Cat would have played better in the finals than Bam?
Last year?
Both years.
Last year?
Both.
Actually, no. I don't think he would play better than Bam in either year.
Jesus.
Because Jokic is dogging him, and then Dwight Howard and AD is
They're not dogging 6'8" Bam?
No, not up there.
Man,
bro, Bam is one of the top defensive centers in the NBA, bro.
Man, that was like 3, 4, 5 years ago when he was one of the top defenders.
Year in and year out. He was one of the top defensive centers in the league. Look at his defensive rating every year.
Not year in and year out.
Look at his defensive rating every year since he's been in the league. Man. Top 10 center every year.
Top
if not
10,
top 5.
Top 10.
Cat has never been a top 10 defensive center in the league.
Okay, but he's been a top 10 offensive, top 5 offensive.
And Bam is still top 5 offensive center. He averages
top
21.
Top 5 offensive center in the league.
I said top 10 first of all.
You said top 5.
I said 10 first of all. And second, if you look at strictly centers and what numbers he's able to put up, yes. Because outside of Jokic, no other center in the NBA has the playmaking ability. Maybe Alfred Sengun. Jokic and Sengun are the only two with the playmaking ability like Bam's.
Playmaking as far as passing,
being able to dribble, create.
Bam has a better dribble than Embiid.
Bro, Bam has better creative offense for other players than Embiid. Yes.
Oh my God!
Bro, Christian,
what are you talking about right now?
You don't even watch. He doesn't dribble and handle the ball better than Embiid. No, but he creates plays and initiates the offense for the Heat. Embiid doesn't do that.
Like what does Embiid do? What does he do?
Bro, he catches on the block and goes to work. He gets buckets.
What do you do, bro?
He gets buckets. He gets buckets. That's what he does. He gets buckets. He led the NBA in scoring. He's leading the NBA in scoring. He gets buckets. That's what he does.
So you rather have Bam than
no
Embiid?
No.
Would you rather have Bam than Cat?
Yes, I'd rather have Bam than Cat. Like yes, give me Bam over Cat, bro.
You got it, bro. You got it.
Hey man, my West All Stars, and now we're way behind, man. We got D-Book in there still for me, obviously. I'm gonna go Ant with the second guard. I still have Kawhi in there. Kawhi, I mean, dude, he's played almost every game this year for the first time in a long time.
Matter of fact, the Clippers are hooping. The Clippers are one of the top teams in the West.
Kawhi definitely deserves it. I'm going AD. I mean, he's averaging 24, 12, and 2.3 blocks. Like, I think he's one of two players in the NBA to be averaging that right now. So, I mean,
it's crazy.
It's hard to argue with that one. Lauri Markkanen is who you went with. I mean, he's had a great year. I don't know about an all-star worthy year. He's had a good year. He has them in playoffs and what? In playing?
He's averaging 23.7. What is that? Shooting almost 50% from the field and 40 from 3, and that's not all-star. He's almost shooting, I don't know about what his free throw percentage is, but I mean, At shooting 50 and 40, that's not all-star worthy?
I don't know, man. 50-40 is tough. 50-40 is tough. So he's definitely having a great year.
Along with almost 9 rebounds a game?
Yeah, nah. With my last front court, I'm going with Alfred Sengun from the Rockets, man. That's my big man.
You want to talk about garbage teams?
No, that's a bad team for sure. But I just like Alfred.
So you would put Alfred, it's more respectful to put Alfred in the West than it is to put Cade in the East?
Bro, they're in the play-in. Or one game out the play-in. Cade is the worst team in the league.
Bro, they're out the play. They're neither of them are in the playoffs.
Alfred is having a better year than Cade, too. But Cade is the worst team in the league. Arguably going to have the worst record ever in NBA history, and you want him to make All-Star. Like,
I mean, it's not his fault. If you've been watching the Pistons, it's not on Cade.
The worst team in NBA history can't have an All-Star, bro. Like, you just can't do that. You can't. Then, my last 2 spots, I think you got to put Curry in there just for the culture. I mean, Curry's done great things for the games, and he still had a great year this year. I mean,
I just realized you put this thing Curry in last.
It doesn't really matter where I put them in at.
I guess, but I mean, yeah, you're right. I guess he's coming off the bench regardless. So
Curry's in there, obviously. So my last spot, this is where it gets a little shiesty. I think this dude, I don't know. People don't really like this guy. He's had questionable history and with the NBA and stuff like that in the past, but I mean, he's putting together a great year. He's shooting 47 from the field, 41 from 3, averaging 25.2 points per game, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. I gotta go Kyrie in the last spot. I got to go Kyrie in the last spot.
I'm not mad at it. I wish he played more games, but I'm not mad at it.
I could go that one. He definitely could play a little bit more. But I'm gonna go Kyrie in the last spot. So for the West, we have the same starters. Sengun, Curry, and Kyrie. So there you have it.
A lot of guards, man.
There's definitely a lot of guards. There's our West starters. With that, or West starters and reserves. With that, we're gonna bypass a little bit here and jump straight to the NFL. Before we get to the NFL, Josech has a quick little piece for you guys.
So this NFL segment is brought to you by Thigh Pro. From youth catchers dealing with new pitchers to seasoned vets behind the dish, Thigh Pro is keeping catchers protected and pain-free. The only protective gear on the market worn by over 20 MLB teams. No more pain or game delays from wild pitches and foul tips. Get Thigh Pro today and guarantee yourself elite protection behind the plate. Don't let a pass ball affect a great call. Visit thighpro.com and use the code FREEGAME in all caps for a 10% discount. That's thighpro.com with the code FREEGAME. For all you baseball boys out there, I know baseball season is coming up. Spring ball, I think, starts like, for at least for colleges and high schools, start like next month, I want to say, in February. A few weeks, really. February is this week. So, I mean, for the next few weeks, you got baseball coming up, whether it's high school, college, MLB, amateurs. I don't know. If you a catcher dealing with them wild balls hitting you in the thighs and stuff, check out Thigh Pro. Get protected, man. I promise you. The fact that they're partnered with 20 MLB teams should tell you enough. But if you don't want to hear me yourself, visit their website, see who they partnered with, and get suited up for the season, man. Protect yourself out there.
Tap in with Thigh Pro for sure. Obviously, the NFL had a lot going on over the last week with just coaching moves and stuff. We're going to get straight to the games, though. We had 2 really good games, honestly. I mean, maybe not the outcomes that I wanted to see, at least, in both games, but it was 2 really good games. Can't really be mad at it. Obviously, you had the Ravens versus the Chiefs in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs come out on top, 17-10 this one. I mean, I don't know what to say other than Patrick Mahomes does it again, bro. Like, he's obviously stamped himself as the greatest quarterback in my time. Like, in terms of around my age, like my generation, what I'll consider my generation, he's the greatest quarterback that I've seen.
I mean, I don't think there's really any doubt about that. Patrick Mahomes is doing something that we haven't really seen before. I mean, like, bro can throw like Brady and can.
He's elusive.
I'm not going. I was
getting hit. Like,
I was going to say run like
bro.
Somebody, but I can't really compare who he runs like.
He
really
runs
like himself.
bro. Like,
but
I mean, there were plenty of times, bro. There was like a 4th and 3 or 3rd and 3 in the first half. Him and Patrick Queen were lined up like identical, both like 3 yards from the first down. He runs to the left and outruns Patrick Queen to get the first down. Like, I didn't think he could get there before Patrick. He did it. Like, After seeing that dude, he can make any play.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That first drive really solidified it for me, bro. That first drive where they drove downfield and he threw that back shoulder ball to Kelsey.
Yeah, that was a tough catch. That
was a tough throw, tough catch. Yeah. I was like, after seeing that, I was like, game over. They got it. I mean, they got it. I mean, he stamped his. Like everybody was coming in like, oh, Lamar could possibly take down Mahomes. This, that, and the third. Love you, Lamar, but dude, nobody's touching him. It's like Mahomes. And then everybody else. I mean, like,
a whole different case.
Joe's close. The closest to him to me is Joe Burrow. But after that, bro, I mean, nobody's touching him. I mean, and then on top of that, like you said, they got a great team around them as well. I mean, both teams had great defenses, but I mean, Chiefs.
The Chiefs scored on their first 2 drives, then only got 3 points for the rest of the game.
Yeah, they didn't score the whole second half. So I mean, like I said, both defenses played great. I feel like Mahomes just really took care of the ball better. That pick by Lamar towards the end of the game in the end zone.
The Ravens couldn't get off the field on a few of those first 2 drives. The way they were in the second half, like
Facts.
They would extend some 4th down or like some crazy 3rd down and get the play. Where
True.
The Ravens could have got off the field 1 or 2 more times in the first half. That obviously would have helped them. And then the bigger issue for me was the offense was, I don't want to say non-existent because they got yards and were moving down the field, but like. They just had timely bad plays.
Because, I mean, you look at the first possession, Nelson Aguilar had that bad drop on 3rd and short, which ended the drive. I mean, Zay Flowers fumbled on the goal line, or
where he got it, like, bro, if you just tuck it up and y'all don't get in, bro, you're gonna be at the 1 yard line.
Yeah,
bro.
I think he was just trying to make. I think it was the moment was too big, and he was trying to like.
He's a rookie,
make
so
a play.
I get it. Like,
and you got to think about
not really thinking about.
You know what I'm saying? Even think about the play before that, where he had the long, like he
lost him. But then I mean, that's a bad penalty right there, bro.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
You got to be smarter than that.
It is.
You got to taunt him on L'Jarius Sneed for flexing over top and a whole bunch of stuff. Like,
yeah, and then you flip the ball on him too.
Yeah, like dude,
and then like. One or two plays later,
these yards. Like, we haven't been able to move the ball all game, and you want to send us back to flex on somebody?
I mean, if you think about it though, I guess really low key, the only offense they had up to that point was Zay Flowers. I mean, he had the one touch.
Bro, that doesn't mean
I'm not saying but I'm saying at the same time.
No, it's the same time.
Listen. Just listen. I saw somebody tweet out. I forgot who it was. Somebody said, "Let them taunt." It might have been Joe Burrow. He said, let them taunt.
I mean, yeah, let them taunt. You could say the refs should have let them play or whatever, but at the end of the day, he still shouldn't have done it.
No, I'm talking about not even just that game. I mean, in the NFL in general, because they don't let nobody really taunt anymore. Which I mean, bro, it's part of the game. Like, if somebody want to pop their shit, let them pop it. Like,
I mean, he popped it, and L'Jarius Sneed came back and punched the ball out. So.
Let that happen. Let it happen. I wouldn't necessarily penalize him for it, but I mean, hey, he shouldn't have extended the ball. Shouldn't have taunted, I guess, based on the rules. So I mean. But it was more than just Zay who sold the game. I mean,
not yet. Zay obviously had costly plays.
Lamar had some missed passes,
like 5 or 6 passes for sure.
Yeah,
that would have changed the outcome of the game. I think the play caller, OC or whatever, he was lost for a little bit, bro. Like, you could tell this was his first year in the NFL because he came from college, and you could tell like sometimes he wasn't sure what to call because
I mean
Lamar would be back there and like before option would even break out the route or even get open, like somebody was getting to him. So like you gotta adjust your play calling to give him a quick option or a quick outlet sometimes, bro. Like
yeah. But I mean, if you look at it though, sometimes I mean there were plays where Lamar would try to get the ball out and he would either get batted, like the one he got batted the line, he caught it underneath and like ran, or it'd be drops like the Nelson Aguilar drops and stuff like that. Or so I mean, I feel like part of it could have been play calling, but I mean their offenses looked electric all year up to this point.
It has.
So I mean,
that's what I'm saying. That play caller looked stumped in that game.
Yeah, I mean he's
like,
going against a top 3 defense though.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
So,
like
I mean,
you need to figure out what to do in that moment. He was not ready for that moment.
I mean, can you really be ready to go up against a top 3 defense in the NFL as an early year coach?
If you're an offensive coordinator, you're supposed to be ready. I'm not saying that he should have been ready, but he was supposed to be ready.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like they had a good game plan coming in. I just don't think they executed the way they should have. I mean, I feel like if they executed the way their game plan was set coming into the game, I feel like they could have possibly came out on top. But I mean, again, there were like some miscues, a lot of just dumb plays made by the offense. So I mean, it sucks.
I mean, they got the time of possession just dominated on them, bro. That's what really hurt. I mean, you're the best rushing offense in the league. I get you were down a little bit, but you were never down to where like you couldn't still run the ball. And then on top of it, the Chiefs have twice as many runs as you. Like, that's your strong suit, bro. The other team's not supposed to have twice as many runs.
They had twice as many runs and only 8 more rushing yards than
Exactly, bro. Like, that's your strong suit, bro. What are you doing? Like,
and Lamar only had 8 carries. Like, I don't think they won. They didn't design enough plays for Lamar to run. I feel like
you saw at the end of the game, he was getting out, playing a little more loose, and he was moving them down the field, bro.
Like, all Lamar's runs, like that it seemed like most of the game were like off scrambling. Like, they didn't have any. Like, I didn't see many read options. I didn't see many like QB powers or anything like that, which they've been running.
Sure, you got to pass the ball to win the game. You got to be able to throw to win the game. But, like, Lamar's best weapon is still his legs, bro, so use them.
You know what's funny? So, last week, Lamar had 100 rushing yards, like 115 passing yards, and they won, right? People were saying that wasn't a good enough performance by a quarterback. This week, he put up almost 300 passing yards and lost. Dude. So again, I don't understand.
Strong suit, bro.
Like, stick to your strong suit, and it's just I hate that argument of like your passing yards determine how good of a quarterback you are. That's just not true, bro. Like, we saw Jameis throw for almost 5,000 passing yards, throwing for almost the same amount of picks as he did touchdowns. Like, it's just not about how good you can throw the ball or how strong. Like, it's about winning.
Thinking about it, bro. The more they throw the ball, the more likely they are to have a pick. Running the ball is a lot safer than throwing the ball.
Literally.
They have less turnovers doing
it. And with how, like, we seen the Chiefs deal with drops, people saying, oh, you can't catch or you can't throw and catch the ball, but you can run it. You can definitely run that thing.
He threw and caught it one time.
He did.
And Lamar said, you know what? Let me just catch this one and run. Might as well, bro. That was a crazy play, but At the end of the day, Mahomes was special. Travis Kelce was obviously special.
Travis Kelce played his best game of the year.
Yeah, he's the new NFL leader for postseason receptions.
Past Jerry Rice. I mean, that's impressive, Travis Kelce. Kudos, hats off to you, man.
The Chiefs had a great game. I can't believe they came back and saved the season like this, bro. See them back in the Super Bowl is crazy.
But that's the thing, though. I mean, I've been saying, or even I feel like you've agreed with me, like, the only thing the Chiefs had to clean up was their drops. Yeah. Like, if their receivers could catch the ball, the Chiefs would probably be 17-0 going into the postseason, and they probably would finish 20-0 for all we cared, man. I mean, but kudos to the Chiefs Kingdom, and we're gonna see Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl. Yay!
Game 2, though, we had another great one. The Detroit Lions played the San Francisco 49ers. The Lions came out hot, bro.
That was a good game.
They came out hot. I did not
that first drive, that little toss back to J-Mo.
Then he got out of there, bro. I ain't seen J-Mo play like that since he's been in the NFL.
Dude, but like, if you think about it, though, they've been slowly implementing him in the offense more and everything, and I liked how he looked in this game. He had 2 touchdowns, even though one of them was late when they were down, but he had 2 of them things.
I think the real impressive part from this game for me was Brock Purdy's ability to kind of recoup himself after the early pick. Yeah. And then really put together an efficient game from that point on. And
really, the pick, and he just was looking shaky, to start.
He was looking shaky.
I mean, he only missed 11 passes, but 7 or 8 out of those 11 might have came in the first half. Like,
he pulled himself together in that second.
They were down 24-7 at halftime to come back and win 34-31. I mean, that game could have gone either way, honestly. I mean, you had some key plays like the Ayuk, how the dude went off his face mask and Ayuk caught it.
I think the fumble.
Jahmyr Gibbs fumble.
I think they could have ran the ball more in the second half, bro.
Who, the Lions?
The Lions.
Yeah,
I think they could have ran the ball a little bit more, but also they had a lot of bad penalties, bro. Like Gardner Johnson getting a cheap block on Debo just because they got beef. Come on, bro. You're taking 15, 20 yards off of a return, bro. We're trying to win a game.
That's what I'm saying.
Just because you want to get a little block on him, bro. Come on, bro.
DBs are hotheads, bro. Like, if there's anybody on the team who has the hottest head, it's a DB. So, I mean, not that it's an excuse for why he did what he did, but that's just, bro, they got a lot of football players got to be able to control their emotions on the field, which a lot of them aren't able to do that, which costs them. So, I mean,
it definitely costs them. I would have loved to seen Amon-Ra in a game like this be more involved if you're going to pass the ball as much as you did.
Yeah, I mean, he had 7 catches, but he needed an Amon-Ra type game.
All-pro receiver, if you're going to come out and pass the ball 41 times, Amon-Ra needs 10 catches for 100+ yards.
Agree. I mean, hey, I'm proud to see McCaffrey do his thing, though. I mean, he had 20 carries, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Great day.
Still had 42 receiving yards. I mean, Debo came back after getting hurt last week.
Yep.
He's put up 89 receiving yards. I mean,
a little bit biasly, I'm happy that the 49ers were able to come back and win because I think it provides a better matchup in the Super Bowl.
It does. I think the Lions-Chiefs would have still been a good game.
It would have been a good game. But we saw them play week 1. Obviously, when you see a team play again, it kind of favors the second team, the team who lost. They're kind of close.
Facts.
And then Mahomes is playing on unworldly level. So I want to see him go up against an elite defense.
And, bro, people are hating like, oh, I don't want to see check down Purdy against the Chiefs or like Mahomes. And I'm thinking, bro, this is the best
they have
matchup.
Explosive plays, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this
may check it down, but
this realistically is the best
plays.
matchup we could have gotten in the Super Bowl. Yeah. I mean, like seeing the Ravens against the Niners would have been fun again to see them match up again. But I mean, realistically, looking at the best team in the NFC versus the best team in the AFC. Obviously, the AFC team is the Chiefs now. I mean, they beat the Bills and the Ravens. So, I mean, we got the best matchup. It's a rematch from a few years ago. So, I mean, the 49ers definitely getting to get their look back. Yep. So, I mean,
that's gonna be
and they got a better quarterback now. So, hopefully they can get something done. Well, I'm not going to say hopefully. Well, yeah, I'm going to say hopefully. Because I want to see McCaffrey win the Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah,
but I won't be mad at the Chiefs won.
Super Bowl, we're going to have a special episode for you guys next week. Obviously, the Super Bowl is in 2 weeks, so next week they have the Pro Bowl. So we're going to come down and give a breakdown of the matchup, kind of go through some statistics for both teams, and really deep dive into it. But for now, we got time for one last thing, and we have 2 more things on the agenda. So I'm going to go ahead and ask Josech, pick door A or B?
Lord, A.
Door A. All right, we're going top 5 players in the AFC and NFC from this season.
Since I went first in NBA, you gotta go first in this one, man.
Okay. I guess I have to put them in order, don't I? Or is it just top 5 in general?
If you don't have an order, that's fine. I
don't necessarily have an order.
Unless you can have a number 1 player if you want, and then after that you can it can be interchangeable.
I know AFC. I have to put Lamar. I have to put Mahomes. Both of them deserve it.
Yep.
I think this third dude honestly had. I don't want to say it was his best year, but one of the better years that he's had as a quarterback, and still came up short, obviously. But Josh Allen, I think, had one of his better years this year.
Agreed.
So I got to put Josh Allen there. So that's my first 3. Then I have Tyreek Hill. I mean, the season he had as a wide receiver down there was unexplainable, bro. Like, he carried them to that playoff spot. So Tyreek Hill, for sure. My 5th spot, I mean, I got 4 offensive players and no defense right now. And obviously, the Steelers had a great defensive player. So I'm going with TJ Watt for number 5. Myles Garrett could have been in that spot.
I was going to say, you could argue Myles Garrett potentially. I'm not mad at that list, though. I agree with top 2 between Mahomes and Lamar. Could throw Josh Allen in there. I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to include Tyreek as well. That's my 3rd. After that, I'm going to go with Myles Garrett as my defensive player.
Right.
I think he had a great year. And then for my 5th, man, call me crazy if you want to. I don't care. This man had one hell of a season. Give me CJ Stroud.
He did.
Give me CJ Stroud. I mean, you could, obviously, right now, Josh Allen is a better quarterback than CJ Stroud. But with what CJ did in Houston and got into the playoffs, won a division, got a playoff win, I mean, it's hard for me to leave him out of the top 5 for this year. I'm not saying he's a top 5 AFC player going into next year, but based off what they did this year, I gotta include CJ. I can see you including Josh, but I gotta include CJ in that.
I can respect that.
As far as the NFC, man, who you got?
NFC is a little bit more difficult for me, honestly. I don't know. I think you obviously got CMC. He was probably the best player in the NFC this year, in my opinion.
Arguably, yeah.
So you got CMC. No Jettis being healthy made it a little bit easier for the list. Because, I mean, he would have definitely been in there if he had been healthy all year. I'm going to have to go Amon-Ra, though. I think he was the top receiver in the NFC. Oh, whoa. Hold on. He's not the top receiver in the NFC, but he had a great year. I'm still leaving Amon-Ra on there, but I forgot about CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is on my list. CeeDee Lamb is on my list. Bro, because I was going through, and I looked at another name I had on here. I was like, wait, CeeDee. So I got CMC, Amon-Ra, and CeeDee.
Okay.
Then after that, so no quarterbacks right now. Pretty interesting. Obviously, you had A.J. Brown. He had a really good year. I already put 2 wide receivers on there. I don't want to put A.J. on there. I'm going to put Dak on there. That's my quarterback for the NFC. Out of all the quarterbacks in the NFC this year, thinking about it, I still think he had the best season. Obviously, he failed them in the postseason with the horrendous downfall, but I'm going to go Dak. And then, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to leave the modern-day Lawrence Taylor off the list. So, LT. It's crazy that the Cowboys have 3 of my top 5 players and couldn't win a game.
It's crazy.
Couldn't win a game, but that's my top 5 for the NFC.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, I don't have a quarterback on my top 5 in the NFC.
Yeah, I can see that for the NFC, honestly.
In no specific order, I'm going to go with McCaffrey. I'm gonna go CD Lamb. If Jair played more games, he'd be on there for me. But he didn't. He missed a decent amount of games this year, but still played well. But I'm not gonna put him on there. I'm gonna put Michael on there as well. His last two spots are tough.
Who'd you put just then? Micah
Parsons. Yeah. So him, CD, McCaffrey.
Yeah.
After that, I mean, this is another maybe hot take. You can call me crazy if you want to, but I'm gonna include Brandon Ayuk in that conversation.
Over Amon-Ra? He made all pro.
Nah. Oh, I don't know about over. I said no order. I said in no order. Okay. So I could include Amon-Ra at the fifth spot.
Okay.
Am I gonna do that? Nah.
I mean, you still got Fred. Obviously had a great year for the 49ers on defense.
He did. I'm saying that I'm stuck because I want to say Ayuk, but I feel like I have to go Amon-Ra as a fourth. And that fifth, I don't know if I want to put Mike Evans or if I want to put somebody from the Niners on that list. Because, I mean, Mike Evans really, again, not taking anything from Baker because he had a good year, but Mike Evans had a great year.
He did.
I mean,
there was a lot of receivers in the NFC.
You know what? I'm going to guess. Those are my last two. Amon-Ra and Mike Evans are my last two. Also because they were on my fantasy team.
I'm really surprised you didn't do A.J. Brown, honestly.
I was going to, but
talked a lot about AJ
his fall off was like hard
but
to me.
That 6 week stretch that he had.
That 6 week stretch was insane. But we also saw CD Lamb do something similar, if not better. We saw Tyreek Hill do the same thing.
For sure.
So I mean, but so those are my five: McCaffrey, CD. Who did I have at three? Micah, Amon-Ra, and Mike Evans.
Yeah, I mean, two great lists right there. AFC and NFC both have great seasons this year. Gonna see who comes out in the Super Bowl, but that's all we got for episode 13, Free Game members. I'm your co-host Seth.
I'm your co-host Josech.
Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, and obviously just staying interactive with us. We're gonna do our best to be interactive with you guys. We're at a really busy time right now with school. I'll say that. I'll just call it that. It's a busy time with school, so we may not be as active on the social media pages, but we're still getting some stuff up when we can. So just make sure you guys are tapping in with us.
Outside of like Instagram and stuff, make sure you also tune into our Twitter. I'll be trying my best to go on there and tweet about games.
Especially like if it's a big game going on. He's probably on the Twitter.
I'll be on there saying whatever. Like for instance, the other day I tweeted out how was USC not in the top 25. But just stuff like that. But interact with us. We'll get you guys back. But until next time, man.
See you guys next week, FGP.